Hi, in this video I'm going to tell you how we can move a simple circle shape, move across the screen in the x-axis and in the y-axis. So let's start. So at the moment I have a circle shape which is appearing in the middle of the canvas and its position is 200 and 200. So to make it move, I need to make a global variable of x. Okay. So at the top, I'm going to go make the variable of x, which I'm going to initialize it with the same value I have it inside the circle function. So 200. In the same way, I'm going to make the variable for the y-axis and again initialize it with the same value I have it inside the circle function. Now I'm going to replace these hard-coded values inside the circle function with my variables. So cx will go in the x-axis and cy variable will go in the y-axis. Now when I play, you can see the circle doesn't move from its place because the variables are initialized with the same values as before. Now, to make it move across, first we need to understand how the x-axis and the y-axis works. So in the x-axis, the x is 0 on the left hand side, and as we move across the canvas and we reach to the maximum width, we have the maximum value of the x. In the same way, in the y-axis, we have the y 0 position at the top, and as we move down and reach a maximum height, then we have the maximum value of the y-axis. Now we have the understanding how the x-axis and the y-axis are present and how they work. Now we can use our variables to move our circle across. First, towards the right hand side in the x-axis I want to move, so I'm going to use my variable of cx here, and I'm going to increment it so it will move towards the maximum width. So going to increment by using plus equal to, and I'm going to increment by 1. So every time I increment, that means I'm adding 1 to 200. So 201, 202 and so on. Okay, now I'm going to play and you can see the circle is moving towards the right hand side. Now this is the circle moving towards the right hand side. Now let's move it towards the left hand side. For doing that, again I'm going to use my variable, and I'm now going to use a decrementing sign, which is with a minus equal to, and I'm going to decrement by 1 again, and now I'm going to play and you can see the circle is moving towards the left hand side. Okay, this time is decrementing, so at first it is 200, then is 199, 198 and so on. Now we have moved our circle in the x-axis. Let's bring it back in the middle. Now I'm going to use my variable in the y-axis to move the circle upwards. So cy minus equal to 1. So I'm decrementing so that it moves towards the 0. And when I do that, now my circle should move up. Let's try making the circle move down. Again, same way. Now we have to increment because we want it to move towards the maximum height. Increment by 1 and the circle is moving down. So now we have to use our variables cx and cy separately. Now let's use it together. So if I use cx and say that I wanted to increment the cx by 1, and I'm going to increment the cy also by 1. If I use both the variables in the x and the y, now let's see how the circle will move. It moves diagonally down. And if I just flip the signs and try it out, now it's moving up in the diagonal. So that's how you can move your shape, even your images, using the same way by using your variables and putting them inside the X and Y position of the image.